everyone, we're on lesson 7, and the good news is this is the last lesson of this chapter. The only thing we'll have to do is this lesson and a chapter review, and then we're done. So that's super exciting. We've covered a lot in math this year. So this lesson is called Partition Shapes, and it's going to be kind of a review because it's going to be talking about taking geometric shapes and dividing them into equal sections, and then talking about parts of those sections. And it's all about fractions. So we remember we did a whole chapter on fractions sometime in the spring, and this is going to be a review on that. So this is probably going to be a pretty easy lesson for you. But let's go ahead and get started. Example 1 says, Victoria will plant 4 different vegetables in a rectangular garden. If she wants to partition the garden, partition means to put it into sections. That's what partition means. If she wants to partition the garden into 4 equal sections, what fraction of the garden will be used for vegetables? So now here we go. We're going to go ahead, number 1, draw a rectangle to represent the garden. So number 1, we're just going to draw a rectangle. And I know you know how to do that. You know, you have a long line on top, a long line on the bottom, and then on the left and the right, you're going to go ahead and connect those lines so that you create a rectangle. Now it says, partition the rectangle into 4 equal sections and explain how you partition the rectangle. So here, imagine we have the rectangle and you look at your own that you drew. What we're going to do is we're going to draw a line right down the middle of it. And now we have 2 sections, but we need 4 sections. So what we're going to do now is draw a line right down the middle of each of those 2 sections. And there you're going to have now 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of your rectangle. I'll give you a minute to do that. And then in words it says explain how you did it. Well, let's just say how we did it. First, I cut the rectangle in half, drawing a line down the middle. Then I partitioned each of those 2 sections into 2 more sections. And that's exactly what we did. The reason we do it this way is to make sure that the sections are equal. Instead of just drawing your rectangle and then just drawing 4 lines randomly, we wouldn't have equal sections. But by dividing it in half and then dividing those in half, we get equal sections. And that's what we need when we're partitioning. So now it says, what fraction of the garden's area will be used for each vegetable? So now as a review of fractions, we have the numerator, that was the top number. The denominator was the bottom number. They're giving us a little hint here. This is the total sections. Well, that was 4. There were 4 total sections in the rectangle we drew. And then how many section or what fraction of a section will be used for each vegetable? Well, there'll be 1 vegetable in each section. So our fraction here is 1/4. 1 section out of 4 for each of those vegetables. Okay, I'm going to be coming on with 872 soon. In another video, I'll see you then.